How are you?
I should have worn my walking shoes. Although these are comfortable. These are not the most
There's a
comfortable.
better view from there.
Okay, okay. That was,
But you have to sleep soon.
okay. Are we gonna have to climb fences? Oh, there's a little place here.
I don't know why they have it this way.
I guess you're supposed to be going in from a different place.
But they can't keep me out.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I don't mind. It's really something that is worth seeing. See this? Wow, they had really changed
Look
it.
at that.
Yeah. I don't like what they've done.
But they're so that's the downtown area.
Yeah, that's the downtown. You can see the amphitheater over there. And next to it is the Odeon. The Odeon is another theater, but it's a closed theater for music.
Okay.
The amphitheater had plays in it, and it was also related to religious functioning. So you can see the door up there at the highest level of the amphitheater. That probably led to some temple up there, but it's no longer existing.
Right.
And the city itself, the Roman city, would have been down here. There was a street. You can see where the car are. That was the main street, the what's called the Cardo in the Roman city. The Cardo goes east-west, like that, going that way. And that street next to it was, it's not a river, but it's, what do you call it, a creek? A creek. In Arabic we say Sel.
Now what's all of that?
Amman Creek. It goes parallel to that street, but now it's covered.
Okay.
So now it runs under the street, actually.
Okay.
And it goes from there. You can see all the cars.
Right.
And it winds behind these buildings, and you see where the minaret there, over there. That's the downtown.
Oh.
That's
Okay.
the main masjid downtown.
Wow. Look.
That's where all the trouble was yesterday over here.
Oh, okay.
And it goes up that way. And you can see the hills that were the initial Amman. This is the main area. And in the 1920s, when Jordan became a kingdom, that was the only part that was there. I mean, there were a few buildings down there, and that was it. Everything here was empty. And this was an archaeological site, and that was a very steep, rugged hill. Nothing there.
I see that because there's nothing being. Well, they look like they're trying to build something there.
It's very
but
difficult.
it looks.
Now, in 1967, the Palestinians came, all the refugees. So, although this is not a formal refugee camp, but this is a Palestinian area mainly.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh,
The
okay.
Palestinians built most of it.
Now they say Palestinians make up what, about 60% of the population, or is it more?
minimum.
Probably more.
Yeah, you can now in the when the Muslims came, Amman was also a city here, but little is mentioned about it. However, when they did excavations here in the citadel, they discovered a huge palace for the Khalifa, for the ruler of the Muslim state. Over there, we're gonna visit it now.
And
inshallah.
what years were?
We're talking 650 up to 650 to 750. Yeah, yeah, from 650 to 750 roughly. That's the Umayyad period, and that's when now this the palace here is early, like it's probably 670 or 711, something like that, early 8th century. But it indicates that the Khalifa used to come here, and he had a large reception hall, which means this was a buzzing settlement.
Metropolis, yeah.
Now, in the early 20s, as I mentioned, there was not much. There was that street over there with a creek running parallel to it. The Odeon and the amphitheater was there. and a few buildings. Now, what happened in the early 19th century, the Circassians, you know, the
Right.
Caucasians, they
Cau-
came. They were fleeing the communists from their own country, and the Ottomans gave them land here. So they came here and settled.
In
And
that
they-
area where you're living, right? Is
Here.
that where you were?
That's another group.
Oh, okay.
So the first group came and they were given this area.
Okay.
And they started building here, and they went up that hill, which is called Jabal al-Taj. And that's why the only people who consider themselves originally from Amman are only these Circassians. Other than that, everybody else came from somewhere else, from other place. Another group came, and they were given land a little bit further west. And then the third group,
Now,
that's
who
the
is
group.
giving them this land? Is that,
The
are they-
Ottomans.
The Ottomans.
They
okay.
ruled this
This-
region.
Okay. Right. That's right. That was in the turn of the century.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this was until the 1920s when the Kingdom of Jordan was created. Actually, it was initially an imara, not a kingdom.
Yeah. How did it? Why did it become a kingdom? I've always wondered
Um,
why, like
are
Saudi.
you recording?
Well, okay.